Hello again, and before I get into the video, which it's pretty obvious what I'm doing, it's Bendy again for the third week in a row. But bear with me, bear with me. Huge thank you on just the massive overnight success of my Lone Wolf video. That's kind of crazy to me. I didn't think I'd get anywhere, at least not until I started doing the FNAF stuff when that comes out, which I will touch on at the end of this video again. But just thank you. This is just kind of huge. I really didn't expect it. Kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I'm not complaining. But, I didn't expect my breakout hit to be, a video about Bendy. But it's kind of fitting. First video on this channel was about Bendy, or at least first public video, was a Bendy merch review, so just thank you. Anyways, getting into it, I am looking at the Wave 3 Bendy Jakks stuff. Now, I did mention this, I was hung up on whether I wanted to do the Wave 3 stuff or the FNAF movie U2s of Sparky or Bub, I don't know, and Mr. Cupcake. But I do think that still is on the table, maybe next week's video, maybe not. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. I got all of them. They came in a few days ago, so I do have the ability to show you the boxes this time. I didn't the first time around because they were in my closet and I didn't feel like digging. But, might as well just start with the boxes, actually. Just kind of similar format to that Lone Wolf video. And these ones are really interesting because they're very different as opposed to the Waves 1 and 2 boxes. And see right here, you have a new Bendy logo. I don't think this has been used anywhere else before except for in these little new boxes. And then you have your classic cartoon Bendy and then Boris right there. And of course you can line these up again and make Bendy's face on the side. I don't think I ever mentioned that in my original video on the Wave 1 figures, but you can do that and it's cool. And then you have this little comic book shading up here, if my camera will focus. A few little ink splots. And then down here, this is Hula Bendy's box. I just grabbed a random one. You can see of course the projector it comes with, some just little warning signs, and then Joey Drew Studios and Jakks Pacific. On the side, you do have the Butcher Gang, who at the time don't have figures, but now they do, with Wave 4 finally hitting shelves. So expect a video on those guys in the next few months. I don't know when exactly, but it will happen because I do love the Butcher Gang. And then on the back, you do have a better look at that projector and what it is projecting, which we'll get into at the end of the video. I don't want to do the projectors at the beginning, but I also don't want to do them breaking in between the, the figures. So I'm just doing them one at a time, as well as a picture of Hula Bendy here, and just some random little images telling you where the articulation is, and I collect them all. Now, moving on, if I can get this centered again, I figured we might as well start with the main man, Bendy, not Hula Bendy. If you thought I was gonna say Hula Bendy, you have been pranked. Bendy, yippee. Of course, this is his little cartoon design, with not very different from his regular design, except maybe the lack of a vest. But you can see him here. If I can center him, it's hard. Sorry. And first off, I do want to say I love the inclusion of a ball joint for his head. That is just genius. I mentioned this in my first video on the Wave 1 figures, but I really do wish that the Wave 1 and 2 Bendy had these, because it's just such a good way to do it, and it doesn't really restrict movement too much. I know it is a different beast between cartoon Bendy and, Psycho Bendy or whatever you want to call him, because, he doesn't really have the space in between his head, but I think they still probably could have made it work. And then really good paint on this one too. I think the face is printed or something, I'm not sure. But, no paint problems on this one. But what is a problem is these joints. Now, I'll show you again on the box, but Hula Bendy, for example, might as well. He has white joints on his gloves, and this carries over to all 4 of the figures, by the way. I don't know if they fixed it in Wave 4, I'm assuming they probably didn't, but they have black joints clashing with the white, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. The sculpt and everything else is just like amazing. You know, he's got pretty good articulation. You know, you get him some pretty good running poses, maybe. I think I used this example last time. Yeah, pretty good, like, movement, especially for, like, Bendy. You know, he's a little stocky guy, so, you know, can't really move him too much, but just, you know, really sad about that. I don't know. It just makes him look so weird. Like, it's awkward. It's just awkward. Not my favorite. And then, getting into his accessory, it's a rocking horse. That's it. It's just a little black and white rocking horse. It rocks, but it doesn't rock. I would have preferred, like, maybe a wrench or something. I don't know. I think some of the Fat Mojo ones, Wave 1 had, like, all the items that you need to collect in Bendy and Ink Machine. So it would have been cool seeing, like, a little Bendy plushie or something of the sort. I don't know. Might as well go order on the box. And that means that up next is Alice Angel, if I can get her to maybe stand. I've had some problems with her. Alice, probably like my favorite in the wave, actually. She looks really good. Setting her little microphone aside, I do want to mention that she does have a stand, which is very unique because nobody else here came with a stand, which is something I will get into later towards the end of the video when I talk about those projectors. But she's got a little stand because without it, she doesn't stand. And something that I'll get into with Hula Bendy is that she has this rubbery material for her little halo. So that means that you can't really chip it or anything, which is genius. Like, that's such a good, like, good idea on their part. They've been doing it with waves 1 and 2 as well, but I think it just works, like, so well. And then you have this really good sculpt of Alice. She looks really good. Again, black joints, not too into it. It looks bad. It just doesn't look good. Like, she's got little rings in her gloves. I don't know why she has these, but she does. I don't know. And then just all around good sculpt. Oh yeah, and she also has some rotation right here. And then a little, I think, rubbery dress maybe. I'm not sure exactly. Can't really get her to step forward that much, but it is what it is. Still a really good figure. Only $15 still, which is kind of a steal. These guys are such, like, high-quality figures. And then the boxes are so good as well. I don't know. I like boxes like this. I don't know what they're called. I think there's a term for it, but I don't know it off the top of my head. But just, like, boxes you can, like, keep somewhere and reuse, almost. Moving on to her accessory. She has a microphone, a very old-looking microphone. It's got some printing on it, on the front and back. It looks good. You can pose it and stuff. Like, it's got a little something right here. I think it's just got, like, a little bit of, like, plastic right here. Kind of. And moving on to everybody's favorite lone wolf, who got his own game yesterday as I'm recording this, which is probably the same day it's going to go up, Boris. And he comes with a lone little picnic basket. Boo-boo. Hey, boo-boo. Anyways, good figure, again. Paint job's not that good on this one, though. I don't know how well I can see, but it's a little rough up at the top and kind of on the sides over here. So it looks a little off. And then again with the stupid black joints, which are always going to annoy me. Overall, pretty solid. It looks like Boris. And I do want to mention this funny little mouth that he has. Not very easy to see on camera, really. But it looks goofy, and I appreciate it existing. Other than that, I don't have too many problems with him. I will say I would have liked some, like, outlined black paint on these little white spots. Or, like, well, not white spots, but, you know, on, like, the raised areas, just so they popped a little. Because it looks a little bland. I don't know. That might just be, like, a me thing, but overall, pretty good. Then, once again, we have the picnic basket. Yeah, it's a picnic basket. You know, you could probably put stuff in there. You can hold it. But yeah, it's just kind of a picnic basket. Not the most interesting accessory we've gotten today, but it is what it is. And then our last figure is Hula Bendy for some reason. I really don't know why they couldn't have, like, thrown in a member of the Butcher Gang, which I know we are getting them right now, but, like, Carly was left out. We could have had Carly in this wave, or, like, Edgar in this first wave of Toon figures, and then we could have gotten Carly with the rest of the Butcher Gang, because the way that Jakks does it, they just like having their main character in every single wave, which makes sense, but, you know, for Sonic especially, it does end up to you know, going to Walmart or something, and you'll be looking for a new figure, and then boom, 50 Sonic the Hedgehogs that nobody's bought in because anyone who wants Sonic already has Sonic. And that's kind of the problem I'm seeing, because this Bendy figure got re-released with Wave 4, which is still lame. Or, like, even, they could have just, like, shifted this guy to Wave 4, you know, and they would have had their, like, Bendy figure that they need, and they could have put in, like, oh, I don't know off the top of my head, Guffy. They could have put, like, fucking Guffy or something in it, but they just had to, like, they just have to have a Bendy, which is kind of lame. Oops, sorry. Tangent aside, Hula Bendy. It, I guess, is based off of, one of the cartoons. Again, he's got that little, like, rubbery plastic for his, hula. I don't know what you call these. Same with the neck again. Funny story about these. They come off. I'm not going to take them off, but they do come off. I know that because, you know, when I got him out of the box, it came off, and I, for a solid second, thought that he was broken. So, the funny story there. Then something I didn't mention on the original Bendy that I'm not going to go back on is how nice the bow tie looks. Look at that. It's a bow tie. It looks good. Good little bow tie. Very nice bow tie. Bow tie out of 10. And then we get to the Projector, or Projector viewers, as it says on the box. Yeah, I don't really care for these. They're kind of cool, you know, like, but they all just kind of look the same, and we're getting more. We're getting another 4 of them, technically free, because one's a rehash. But, I mean, they don't really sit on the shelf well, so I just shove them in the back somewhere. And because of these things' existence, we got scammed out of bases. Because if you didn't know, every single figure up till this wave has came with a base that's just Bendy's head. And, I mean, you know, if you want to put them on a base, you're going to have to buy, like, 4, like, Audreys or something and just, like, snatch their bases. Or 3, technically, because Alice has one, but... And it, like, it's not like they're not compatible or anything, because they do all have, like, that little foothold that you need. Boris has it too. So, like, I don't get it. It just wasn't, like, good for the gimmick. I kind of hate when figures like this sacrifice something for a gimmick, you know? Like, and that's gonna be a big issue with the Jazzwares stuff, the Jazzwares FNAF stuff, but I will get into it when that stuff comes out. But just know that I have somewhat strong opinions on them. Anyways, moving on to the projectors. They're projectors. They look nice. You know, you got a little view of the inside. Not sure how easy it is to break these. I don't want to find out, but I'm sure it's probably happened. Yeah, just little printed details. And I was testing earlier, but I should be able to get it to work. I'm not sure whose this is. Okay. Boris. And then you flip that, and I'm struggling to get it to really work. And it's just one of the Bendy cartoons you can watch on YouTube right now. Very nice. Very nice. Moving on, we have, someone's, I'm not sure. We'll find out together. Oh, Hula Bendys. Hula Bendy. Hula Bendy, Hula Bendy. Same thing. I never bothered to actually look through one of these in its entirety, because I can watch them on YouTube without giving myself a headache. I'm betting that this is probably going to be Alice's. Oh, I'm goated. I'm goated with the sauce. Goated with the soup, the bacon soup. And just another cartoon, you can watch it on YouTube. and you have the end. Very nice. And then, is probably Bendy's, I don't know. Probably, I'd hope so, unless they gave me a duplicate. Yep. Bendy's pissing off Boris, stealing his stuff. Yeah, I am gonna start cussing in these videos. It's not gonna be like me talking about something cussing. I'm not gonna like grab one and go, oh, this fucking stupid, it's fucking bullshit, fucking die. No, like it's gonna be more like casual swears, because YouTube is rolling out that stupid age whatever thing, and you know, I don't want all my stuff to get restricted or whatever because it thinks I'm 5, which you know, it thinks I'm I think 18, so I'm not really in the no-go zone anyways. But you know, just as like a precautionary measure. Oh yeah, Hula Bendy. Oh my god, I completely forgot. Yeah, he comes with bacon soup. Very cool. Surprised we didn't get this in the first 2 waves, seeing just how it's everywhere in every single Bendy game. But yeah, little bacon soup. It's adorable. I've had it on my shelf where I just kind of like put the bacon soup in the basket. If I can even get the basket. Yeah, and I've just had Boris holding it. It's fun. It's cute. It's just a nice accessory. Probably my favorite accessory I've gotten, like, period, from this line. Very fun, very cute. Fun, cute, very nice. And that's it. Unless I want to make this video even longer and I talk about the Wave 2 plushies. That might be too much for one video. Is it too much for one video? It might be too much for one video. I have all of them out. I can go through the entirety of Wave 2. Do I want to? Oh, I guess this is Wave 3. I'll probably divvy them out into different videos. I was considering there, but... yeah, anyways, end of the video time. This is just kind of where I ramble about what the future looks like. At least what I hope the future looks like. I start school next week. Big, sad, no good. So videos are going to be shifting from every Friday to every Saturday, which is the day this video is coming out. I know that because it's Saturday right now. I record my videos the day they come out. Should I be doing that? No, I should probably be doing it like midweek when I can. But, you know, I'm procrastinating, I think. I don't know if this counts as procrastinating, but in my mind it does. Anyways. Next few videos, not entirely sure. I'll probably do a FNAF video next. Because the last, like, 3 have been all about Bendy. Trust me, Bendy's cool, but, you know, bit of Bendy decay. I do have a McFarlane set coming for RWQFSFASXC. So I could review that, as well as these little, like, mini pods I have just sitting on the side. But yeah, these are here. They're whatever. I don't know. I haven't even finished building them because it got boring as balls, but... other than that, I could... oh, yeah, I was thinking about it. I do have the Hex, Pop Goes, and Candy plushies coming. So those should be here sometime next, like, month and a half. Hopefully this month. They're supposed to start shipping this month. I haven't checked my email to see if I've, like, gone in a store, like, shipping whatever the hell, but probably should do that, I'll be honest. Oh, 10%, that's not good. Anyways, other than that, for just, like, padding reasons, I want to start doing tier list videos, but those are going to take longer to edit. So, like, I'm thinking, like, Hex tier list, you know, Funko plushie tier list. I can talk about the ones I do have and the ones I don't have, but I'll have, like, an in-hand view of the ones I do have. That could be interesting, especially because the line is over and we have all the plushies we're going to get. So, because I'm just looking behind me at my shelves right now. Yeah, that's pretty solid. So I'm thinking Funko, figure, mystery mini, plushie, and maybe Pops. They still make Pops, but I could do a Pops tier list, just kind of like a retrospective series on the FNAF Funko line. Because everybody loves retrospectives. Other than that, I could, of course, do stuff for the Wave 2 and the rest of the 3 Bendy stuff. Because I genuinely, I almost have all of it. At least for the Jakks line. I have barely any of the Fat Mojo line, but there's no way in hell I'm getting all of it. It's so hard finding the construction figures, especially that Wave 2 stuff. I don't even think some of the sets for Wave 2 came out. And I'm so fucking lucky that I was able to find the one that I got, and that's animatronic Bendy. But that's probably a no-go on that one. Other than that, I could talk about the YouTube stuff. There's a lot of that. That'd be in the same vein as the Funko review, whatever, tier lists. Oh, yeah, I am thinking about it. I do kind of want to do tier lists for, like, the Jazzwares stuff as they come out. Kind of give them, like, a final grade or something. So, like, for example, Funko would probably be, like, a B-, you know? Because, like, the character selection's all over the place. Too many recolors. Okay figures, B-, see me after class, you know? And that's kind of, like, gonna be my, thought process after that. Also, Pac-Man's on my desk. Say hi to Pac-Man. That was your incentive to say hi to him. If you didn't, shame on you. Someone's never watched Dora the Explorer. Is it Explorer or Explorer? I don't know. I could do Lego Dimensions related stuff in the future, because I do have that stuff all down here. Ignore the mess. I haven't cleaned up there specifically, or at all. I probably should. But that's going to be a while before I can even talk about every single figure, because I want to get them all in hand. But there's a lot of figures, so this video is going to be like 20 minutes. I'm sure everybody's probably clicked off by now. But yeah, yada yada, you get the idea. Stay rad, I'm red. See ya.